You're a great bunch of guys.
Who are these guys?
A bunch of guys in a tent making s'mores.
Just banging chicks and eating cabbage, you know.
I think they're so funny.
Well, I'm a comedian. You know how I am.
I think that's funny.
Well, I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. Who cares?
We're starting a TV show.
Okay, the show started.
Come on in, everybody's here.
Start the show.
No way.
Friggin' way. Oh, no friggin' way.
No friggin' way.
No way.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah, welcome to No Friggin' Way. This is a podcast about comedy and news, and we come here every week and we just say messed up jokes, and I don't know. You watch
Make fun of dead kids, you know? I don't know, whatever.
All right,
Your
stop
average
saying that.
podcast.
Stop saying
Yeah,
that.
I mean, like,
Stop
come
saying
on.
that. No, we tell jokes. We try to be funny. We do weird news that you probably don't hear about on your mom and dad's news channel. So we're the cool.
We're not News Channel
Cool
5.
edgy
We're
news.
News Channel 666.
Dude, if you like are fucking edgy, bro, and you want to get news like about shit you don't hear
Came
about
on
otherwise,
brand today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
you don't even feel like going to Reddit,
So
dude.
we
Just
know
check
our
it.
audience.
Satan is my daddy.
You want to hear about shit and dick jokes?
Beautiful.
We'll start it hard. All right. You know what? Usually I'm going to switch it up today. I'm going to be fucking weird. We're going to do one news story, and then we're going to introduce the guest. We're getting crazy today,
get right
folks.
into it.
We're getting crazy. We got
Is that kind of like when bands open up, they just play a song before they're like...
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we got somebody that's in a band. Maybe we got a politician. You never know.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Is he an up-and-coming Republican?
Nah, that's not
You don't know. We're not going to
Just fucking
introduce him.
exploit them like
Even
that.
you know what?
Jesus.
They're going to read the description. They're going to know. All right. But anyway, first story. Police. The update. There was a man identified over the radio. It was like, Eric, we've got a fat naked flasher with a small penis, still at large.
I really like that was like the detail they chose to like really broadcast to people.
I mean-
you're like, it wasn't like he's got a beard and 6 tattoos. Like he's fat and he's got a small dick. Fucking find him.
And the guy down the street's just like, oh, Tim. I
Yeah,
got
right.
him.
Like, yeah.
Like
Dude,
the guy.
Tim, Billy, Eric. Like I got 3 off the bat.
Yeah.
How many like just ex-girlfriends are calling in?
Yeah.
We got reports that you have a small penis.
That's why like cops knocking the doors down and like holds his badge up. Show me your dick right now.
Yeah, what if that happens to you? Like, no, and then they shoot you.
Yeah, you're calling back to make a second report. Like, I promise it's not me.
I love how they don't even say.
Don't listen to that cunt Patricia. Like,
I have nothing to do with this case, but I just want to put this out there. That's not me.
But yeah, I don't think that they mention the race or color of skin at all, which is like, it's crazy to go with fat over. Is he black or is he white? I don't know. It's just like you're just looking for a fat guy. They don't mention.
I
And
don't
the
think
small
that
penis.
matters. I mean, he still jerked off to a 14-year-old.
I mean,
Like,
why do they have to mention the penis? Versus
why do they have to talk about his penis? Why not his personality, you know?
I also like that the report was like, there's no way this guy's putting on clothes in the next 14 hours. Like,
no,
this
dude,
is how he is.
Permanently naked.
Yeah,
at
it's
all
It's been,
times.
it's been 9 months. He hasn't been caught. And
Probably still naked.
Yeah. Maybe you put clothes on
Oh,
now
I'm sorry.
they can't find
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is a
That's
major,
the perfect
major
crime.
detail.
Best disguise.
That's the perfect crime.
Yeah.
Actually, they didn't say. I don't know if he had a small penis necessarily, because it was claimed that he was described as having a fat build with testicles that hang noticeably low.
But also a small dick. Well, okay,
it just
maybe
looks
he's got
small.
real big
Maybe it looks small.
testicles.
Big balls
Makes
look
his
small.
dick
Maybe
look
normal
real
dick.
small.
Normal dick, just huge hanging ball.
So I'd almost rather
how
have
low
like
did they
tiny
hang?
baby-sized nuts and a normal-sized penis, so everyone thinks it's like huge, you know?
Yeah.
I like to
At
wrap
that
up
point,
my
natural
balls.
coverage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I make a hammock with my ball sack.
Proud of you.
Tuck it in.
Yeah, when girls
Swing.
come over, they don't
Should we
sleep
high
in
five right now?
sack
Yeah,
five.
yeah.
Like,
It's this crazy underwear. It reverses and then just rocks like a hammock to sleep.
pins it himself.
Yes, every
Yeah, when
time.
women come over, you like you don't let them sleep in your bed. You,
know
just
they-
stretch your nutsack out into a hammock.
You know they sell.
That's where they rest from now on.
I gotta add the other day it was for. All right, never mind. Yeah. Anyway, all right. There's a. It's called Manhood Canada. It's a sleeve you put on your penis, and it reverses like a circumcision.
Reverses a circumcision.
It's like basically.
It's like the shooting sleeve of dicks.
Basically, I think it's like a.
It's like one of those archers where they're like,
Yeah, Supreme is one next week.
oh, dude,
Yeah.
I would buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hype,
Hype,
beast.
hype, hype.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything more than like a compression sock for your cock. It just keeps it like tight and safe from rubbing.
Safe?
I guess
Safe from
friction.
rubbing.
You get a lot of
Is it made of Kevlar too? Like, shootout? Oh my god, Kevlar cups? Like Kevlar jock straps?
Yeah.
How has no one thought about that yet?
Dude, people do that.
Fuck my chest. Shoot me in the lung. I don't care. Don't
People
shoot
get
me in
shot
the
in the
dick.
dick all the time on YouTube. People die all the time. They do like, oh, I'm getting shot in the dick for fucking. It's like, hey guys, I'm about to get shot in the dick with my underwear that are made of Kevlar.
Name
And
one
they
video.
die.
Name one video.
Dude, that YouTuber
where there's a
died.
man getting shot in the dick on YouTube.
I don't know if it was his dick, but this guy got shot last year by
I
his
want
girlfriend.
some receipts. Like, show me exactly where this is.
Let's
Pull
bring,
it up.
Yeah. And then bring this guy on this podcast.
Okay, you can't just put YouTube dead shot.
I just try to be fast, man. Obviously, I get dead shot.
That's my favorite thing is when he looks at videos, he only put keywords in.
Yeah, that's how the search engines
Getting
work,
down
bro.
to
I just fucking nail it down. Okay,
Dead shot girl flying.
Pedro Ruiz, 22, died after he was shot in the chest while filming a new video. He and his girlfriend,
Chest.
Mona Lisa, her name was Mona Lisa.
Not
She's
dick.
probably smiling when she did that shit.
You said dick shot.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, chest. I didn't know. I thought it was the dick.
You just
Whatever.
assumed?
But he died.
She's just riding and then
He
pulls a Glock
died.
out. Like,
She faces manslaughter
whoa.
for being
Maybe she should have
accomplice.
shot him in the chest.
She's trying to get those clicks, bro.
Those clicks?
Can't
Those
blame
clicks,
her.
but what do you expect? You shot a guy.
Yeah, what Pornhub account is
But he
that?
had bulletproof vest.
The best one.
Oh, he had a bullet. Wait,
What kind of-
while they were fucking?
No fucking, dude. Why did you mind?
Oh, I don't know.
fucking?
I
No, it
have
was
no
just
idea,
like
yeah.
shot to the
YouTube,
dick for the
dude.
love of the game.
No, this is like Jackass wannabes.
She's the real goat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty
Something
badass,
I
dude.
guess.
It's like wannabe Jackass actors, and all of a sudden, like you see them on YouTube, and then
Oh, yeah.
they have real guns and a bulletproof vest, and then they're like, "Watch this," and they die. It's like
I don't think you should get
Nobody-
charged with manslaughter.
It's crazy. Nobody. No, dude. I guess never mind.
Unless she like.
I was like, was there proof that Ryan Dunn died in a car crash and not in a stunt on
Dick
Jackass?
shooting accident? Oh.
I think they covered it up. He like actually died in a fucking crazy stunt. They never showed.
No,
it.
dude.
But they have
If he
film
died,
of it.
if he
They'll
died in a
release it.
crazy stunt, they would have fucking exploded that shit. Come
What
on,
if
it's
they hide
Jackass.
it? Though? We can't ruin the brand. We have to hide it. Just saves the car.
Ruin the brand?
Dude, but if somebody
Listen, I
actually
saw
died,
they're in the movie. There's literally a part where Preston
Nobody
is
died.
in a fat like
Nobody died,
like
though.
a saran wrap suit, and then Steve-O drinks his sweaty ass juice.
Yep.
okay, that's
I don't
not-
think they're doing anything to ruin the
That's
brand.
not murder. That's not murder. A beloved character, but
Murder of my innocence.
It's all fun and games until somebody dies, and then like, what if Johnny Knoxville died in he got gored to death by a bull? That'd be fucking terrifying.
Both
Yeah, I
would
still
still-
want to see it though.
Both would still be in 1080p.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at that
Yeah.
beautiful high res. That's kind of one shit like when you see
4K.
like commercials for TVs, you know,
Yeah.
where it's like they're always showing like a jaguar leaping over something or just like bouncing
Always.
balls for some reason. But I want to see like
bouncing.
show me like someone getting gutted from like bottom
Christ.
to top. You're
On
like,
YouTube
that's
now,
cool.
you
Yeah,
can probably
T-Mobile.
find it.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
crazy.
It's out there for sure. People are into that shit.
In Canada, nothing's censored on TV. You can do whatever you want up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
dude,
Dude,
they-
Jerry Springer, great.
Dude, I would always watch Jerry Springer whenever
You ever heard of
I
Naked
faked
News
the
before?
illness. What?
You ever heard of Naked News?
No.
There's this literally like it's a network where women will like just like start with clothes on, start reading the news, and then just progressively like strip.
Okay, and people pay for this?
Naturally, there's definitely a weird
Jeez, and Damien
demographic
knows
for
exactly
it.
what I'm talking about.
Are you telling us we have to do this now?
What a specific
What was
fetish.
Yeah.
Like she has to be reading the news while stripping.
I need
No,
to
it's
see
just people that are massive fans of Katie Couric and like, let's run with this. There's a market. Like,
Oh, gross.
yeah.
I mean, there is something to say about a smart woman who can read.
Yeah, reading's awesome.
It's high. Dude, she
No,
can
beats
read.
me harder
Yeah.
than reading a great book.
Checklist for what you looking
In
for.
Czechoslovakia, a bomb exploded in a cafe, killing an orphanage of children.
Literate, has a vagina.
Yeah,
Like,
literate, female,
Yeah.
then just a bunch of empty boxes with lines.
Scribbles. Hair, no.
No,
Eyes,
no.
no, fuck it.
In Pakistan today, a suicide bomber blew up a orphanage or something. She just takes off her bra. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
For a second, I had no idea where you were going with that. Like, I was
Yeah, yeah.
legitimately terrified.
In Istanbul,
Some real serious
protesters
news.
threw rocks at the Capitol.
And then died weirdly.
Tanks.
3 fingers deep as she's reading this.
Yeah, it's like the government fired a tank into the
Welcome to the
protesters,
show,
killing them all. They burned. It's like it's a weird thing. What kind of news is it? Like sexy news, or is it like? Dead
Is there really
serious
such
news?
thing as sexy news?
She's like,
I don't know, dude. I only
She's like,
watched
"Damn,
I only watched like a minute of it because I was like, this is just weird. I don't know, Damien. Do they do real news?
I think so.
Hmm.
I wasn't paying attention.
We can't look at it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's true.
Is it like?
Nah, I just
left
watch
or
it
right?
just for the stories.
It's like
That's
super
what I'm there
right.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, what
It's
if they're
like-
all like super Trump supporters?
It's like Alex Jones. It's like they're turning the frogs.
Jones. That'd be. I would watch Alex Jones if he just had random women stripping in the background.
She's like the fluoride in the water.
Turning the
is
frickin'
turning
frogs
gay. Like, okay. Yeah.
You know what? All right, we did a news story. We should probably introduce people now.
Yep. I would agree.
Falling down the rabbit
Who are
hole.
you? How about that? Introduce yourself.
Yeah, we'll start.
For sure. My name's Sam Ralbovsky. I play in a band called the Hasbens. We all met at school here in Plattsburgh. Met my drummer at freshman orientation. He was like the first person I met in Plattsburgh, period. Wow. And
That's
then
awesome, man.
went to a practice room over in Myers and then met my bass player there. And then our rhythm guitar player was just like a work in progress that kind of just came up.
Just appeared out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
started doing the monopole open mic thing. And then,
So you first met. Who's the first one you met? And like, when did you first play? Like, you realized like, oh, you're both like they're both good.
yeah, no, so we had some work to do. Like, I came in from high school just being like, I was the acoustic guy.
Yeah.
And then
Really?
that just like loved jam
For real?
bands.
The one that's like playing Wonderwall at the house parties.
Not quite. I was like that, like stereotypical Dave Matthews kid.
Okay,
that
I
was
got you. Yeah, drug rug,
not quite, but you're on the right track. for
Okay,
sure. You have the right thing going on.
Birkenstocks.
So yeah, just
Damn it.
started playing electric guitar.
Yeah,
Always kind of had one, but started actually taking it really seriously when
Yeah.
it was like, I came from like a background where I was in like an 8-piece band, and I was like the rhythm guitar player that was like the 7th least talented, like one of the only people that didn't go on to go to school for music.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So it was just like I was the role player for a
Yeah.
long time, and then came here and was like, from being a role player for so long, realized like I had something that a lot of people didn't have.
Yeah.
So just kind of stepped into that role as a lead player, and then just like from jamming with my friends, like progressed a ton and started taking it really seriously. Started just with open mics, like playing covers and stuff. But back to what you were saying with how we all met.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
I was saying.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you know,
me
it's
and-
like when you connect, when you're like, oh, like every time you're like, oh, is this person gonna be good? And you're like, oh shit, they're pretty good.
Yeah, so
It's
before-
then
funny
like,
story.
let's fucking work together.
Yeah, before me and Sammy even talked about like, this is my drummer. Before we even talked about like playing music together, our first conversation ever, this was like when I was in high school, like 16, 17, I got really into the band Twiddle from Burlington.
Oh yeah.
And
It blew up.
thought I was like the only one. I thought I like found something that was wicked special. Like
The
you talk about-
original hipster shit where you're just like, no one listens to
Totally,
this, just
and also,
me.
like,
So
Yeah,
sick,
growing-
dude. How does nobody
Yeah.
know about this?
Growing up, like I've been seeing Fish. They're like my favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
So like growing up seeing Fish and feeling like that slight disconnect from like, you get a reputation as a fan where it's like, if you've been seeing them since '93, you're like, fuck this 17-year-old kid.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yeah.
for me, they were
Yeah.
the band that was in the scene doing something Fish-like that I thought I just got onto.
They were young.
So it was just like naturally, I'm being a fan of that thing and wanting to find where I fit in the scene,
Yeah.
latch myself to that band. So my first conversation I had with Sam at freshman orientation, I just see like this goofy, lanky kid with a shirt, a tie-dye shirt that says "Radiate Positivity," and I'm like, this guy has something to say. So I went up to him, and the first conversation we had was, oh, yo, I just got back, skipped my last week of finals, took them all early to graduate high school, to go to Bonnaroo, and just saw this band Twiddle. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. And I lost my shit. Just like instantly was just like, holy fuck, okay. So
It's like that Step Brothers moment where like, did we just become best
yeah,
friends?
exactly. basically. And then before Tumbledown was a thing over
Yeah.
in the waterfront,
Yeah.
there was this thing called the Maritime Festival. And
Oh, no, I remember that,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. So I had me and my buddy from Saratoga had a hotel booked, and the Maritime Festival was the following week. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm going to see them next week if you want to buy a ticket and sleep on my hotel floor, knowing each other for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he came and did the weekend with us. So we became buddies
That's
through
awesome,
that.
man.
And then he was like, oh, I'm a drummer, but he plays in like the jazz ensemble on
okay,
campus and like is in the Cardinal Pickers, like the bluegrass group.
Oh,
so
sweet,
like
yeah.
super different musical backgrounds, but just like in free time, he like from being in the jazz program had a practice room in Myers.
Oh,
So
all right.
we'd go there and cram into what's supposed to be just a drum practice room
Yeah.
with 3 amps, 3 other people, and just cram in. And like,
like-
when you have a key there, all the buildings are locked. So like we just go hide out there till like 2, 3 in the morning and play.
Yeah,
And it was,
that's
it was
fucking
super
awesome,
fun.
man.
Oh,
So
shit.
he was like, it slowly started where it was like, oh, our friend Ben plays a little bit of guitar, we'll bring him in. And then, I just met this kid who's they're all expeditionary studies kids.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you were playing in Myers, you're saying, like in that studio area?
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
So-
that's a
Well,
six, so it's a
where
six
are you
spot
from
to play.
originally?
Saratoga Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
some 2 hours south.
So you said what'd you say?
Expeditionary studies.
What is that again? That's
my
like
buddies
that-
go to school.
It's like geometry, not geometry.
Geometry? No, kind of. There's a bit of geology in it. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, their major gets them every certification for rock climbing, split boarding, and backcountry ski guiding. So
Oh,
that's
shit.
that's kind of their thing.
So you have to actually go, outdoors a lot. Is that like
Yeah,
a
dude.
man-
They're
like-
so
I feel like you want to go
you have
outdoors.
a
Yeah.
sophomore and senior expedition, which actually Sparky's on right now. He's in British Columbia doing a month-long whitewater rafting guiding trip.
Fuck that.
He just came back
That's
from
pretty awesome.
one of their trips. They went to Japan for a month and did a bunch of backcountry
See, that's
splitboarding
fucking
stuff.
awesome, man.
Super sick, dude. Just like crazy nice opportunities and like you go on these trips to get these crazy
Yeah, it's
professional certifications they
experiences.
can't give you in this
Yeah,
area because
yeah.
you can do a lot in the Adirondacks in terms of climbing and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like that's really like it. Though.
Oh,
It's
crazy niche,
just-
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just climbing and shit.
Yeah, so for them, it's just like they have all 3 of my bandmates are EXP,
Yeah.
and I'm English with marketing and PR. Like that's my lane.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like to play guitar.
I ended up
and
graduating.
ski.
I had English.
I mean, fuck yeah, dude.
I started business. I wanted to do marketing, and then somehow I was like, I didn't want to do the classes to lead up to it, like economics, accounting.
Totally. Well,
So
you have
I
that-
switched over to English. and
Yeah.
then-
Well, that's kind of where you have that turning point of like, for me at least, I came in business administration, did that thing, but then like
When do you do marketing? You have to wait like a little bit, or
I
is it-
picked it up as a little like a side minor, so it's just kind of classes on the side, just because it was something I was into to add to the whole PR thing.
Dude, that seems fun as hell. Just make commercials. It's like fun.
That stuff's cool. I'm like, for me, given like if I'm not playing music and stuff, I want to be more of like behind the scenes kind of person in terms of like technical writing, like campaign planning and development,
Yeah.
like but more in the sense of like writing for the things you see, but not
Yeah.
being the guy.
No, I got
I've
you.
always
I
thought
know
it was
exactly
super
what you
cool
mean.
to be
You do like the
behind-the-scene
writer
guy.
do a comedian.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Which is cool.
ideal.
Yeah,
dude.
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
You ever think about that? Like,
I just went to community college and did drugs.
Right on.
what if you ever think about that? Like, what if you get famous one day and it sucks and you hate it? Like, you can't go anywhere. And you're
That
like,
happens literally all
Famous.
the time.
I'm saying then like so famous when you can't go anywhere, paparazzi come after you, and then you're like, damn, I wish I didn't get that famous. Like I wish I got just under that famous where I was just like a writer.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you gotta do
wouldn't
crazy
that also make times like this though like the dopest memories?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
remember this?
I don't know.
I
That's
think about that shit all the time, and it's like, what if this podcast takes us into like a career, like an actual career in comedy
Yeah.
and shit? You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
I'm going through the same thing with just like music based because it's like we're slowly starting to branch out, which has been
Yeah.
cool. Like just played our first festival, which
Oh,
was
shit, that's
really
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, and it was just like you find like these little milestones along the way. So it was like sure we like played for a festival crowd where you're not guaranteed to have people in front of you.
Yeah.
But I played through the biggest PA I've ever played through. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have these
Yeah.
little
Oh, dude,
little
absolutely.
marks where it's like
Well, it's like when we started doing
like the
the
loudest,
podcast
probably.
here.
Dude.
Like, when we started doing the podcast here, like I was so happy just to have a mic stand. Like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like it was just like the littlest thing. I was like, this is phenomenal.
no, that's like the version of me like they mic'd my amp to go through the PA.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just playing like either DI out or just like the like
Just
what the
loud
bar
as
here,
shit,
yeah.
yeah.
Who can like volume wise just cut over the top of each other, yeah.
Oh shit.
So you just went on the stage. Oh, so you did like a sound check though. I was like, so you
Dude,
just,
so the way
so
the
you just go up on stage and it's like, wow. You're like, whoa.
so it's actually really weird because like when you're on stage because I expected the same thing. I've never done it. I've just done the bar and small club thing.
Yeah.
So it was like to be on a stage like that, you expected to have that crazy like gut feeling of how loud it is. You don't get that at all on stage.
Well, you're behind it.
You're way behind
Yeah.
it, so the only thing you get is out of your monitor that's right in front of you.
Yeah.
So for me, the whole time I was like, "Wow, we're quiet." Like,
Oh yeah.
and it's like you're mad quiet, and like amps are cranked like around you. So it's like you're just hearing a lot of like bleed and some stuff come out of your monitor to like link with the drummer on really tight stuff. I kind of had to step back,
Yeah.
like. And then was like, oh, it's not nearly what I expected. But then we got we have like a little Zoom recorder that we do get all the soundboard recordings.
Yeah.
And listening back
Recording
the whole show, yeah. And listening back to it, it's just like, wow, that was full of shit. You just don't realize it. So that must be a weird thing. You play like a SPAC, for example, and it sounds like you're still playing in a practice room, but like the only people that really get that experience are the people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like that was the most bizarre
Weird.
thing to realize for me.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, because when you think about it, you can't have those speakers. Like, you can't have you guys getting blasted
go
out
deaf
by your
instantly,
own
dude.
yeah. Like, there's no
Yeah, I
fucking-
was
no
regardless.
way.
Yeah. That was one crazy tip one of the sound guys gave me. He was like, you need to invest in in-ears. And I was
Yeah.
like, just something I never even thought of. He was like,
Yeah.
the reason, so it's like naturally
Well, yeah,
sound
you
techs
got
hate this.
AC/DC's like deaf, you know.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, dude, any band. Yeah, especially way
yeah.
back then because they didn't give a shit about ear monitors.
Totally.
Back then.
And one thing I
like
never
so-
realized is over the course of a set, you slowly start to go deaf and
Yeah.
then bounce back after once you've had a break.
Yeah.
But it was like,
See, I've noticed that just because I've been to so many concerts.
Yeah.
I mean, like metal concerts especially. I mean, like I'm not just a metalhead. Like, I listen to
metal's
so
loud.
many different.
Metal's
kinds of
always
music.
loud, you know.
Because like I play
Usually.
the blues, but I don't.
Oh,
I
hell
listen
yeah.
to a ton of metal. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I'm a
So-
blues guy at heart too.
Yeah, see, but it's like I went to like I remember this one show specifically. It was Trivium, Killswitch Engage, and like a band that we missed beforehand. But I left that concert and like my ears were ringing so fucking bad just
Yeah.
because we were in such a small spot. It was Upstate Concert Hall.
Yeah.
So
of course.
yeah. So you know, so it's like it's not like a big space by
Mm-hmm.
any means, but it's like you clusterfuck like all of those like metal instruments into one place, and it's just like blasting, dude. It's
And the way the
ridiculous.
venue is just like a weird trapezoid.
Oh, yeah,
Where it's
it's
like
fucking
the
terrifying.
worst venue in the world in a strip
It's like if that
mall.
place catches on fire,
Yeah.
you're fucked, man. Like
Yeah.
if you're you need to be like next to the door.
Yeah,
to
the
get out
Dollar
of there.
Tree next door is going
Yeah,
down.
like there's no. There's
Well,
no
dude,
fucking-
here's the
Yeah,
thing. Like,
dude.
you know, when you always watch a documentary, you're like, oh, that crazy concert that was so fun. Like, you know, Amy Winehouse or whatever, or like Red Hot Chili
shooting
Peppers.
up on stage. And,
Right. Or I'm saying those small venues where you're in a basement and you're like, what is this? But then you're like, yeah, that show was lit. Like, you know, that was like one of the ones.
dude, sometimes
like
basement
that.
shows are better than real fucking concerts.
That's
I
how
mean,
we
yeah.
came up doing it, and it's those are
You
those
go
are
to
my
a real
favorite
concert,
shows
it's
I've
all
ever played.
corporate and it's like
People get into that shit, man.
Crazy
Like,
into
way
it.
better than actual.
We started
concerts.
having to like put a 2-foot rope in front of where we were playing because
people
like,
would,
and also just spilling shit on gear.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it would get.
See, I worry about
rowdy.
that shit all the time. So, like, when I'm working security, especially for when we have bands playing, I see people like put drinks next to like foot pedals and shit.
Dude, as a
and
player,
it
that is-
drives me insane.
Yeah.
because I'm like, you realize that pedal is like 600 fucking.
Now imagine if you paid for that pedal.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You lose your
you're
mind.
like, dude, like if I like
'cause they have so
left
many
my
pedals.
guitar
Yeah.
out like on my couch or whatever, and I like left and then came back and like my
Yeah.
dad was home or whatever, and like spilled some shit
Yeah.
on it by
Wait,
accident.
so you're bouncing. So you're bouncing and you're just staring at the like.
Dude,
I do the
sometimes,
same
yeah.
thing,
Like
yeah.
I'm just like,
you know, those bands like
ugh.
Glass Onion, they've got like all their pedals. They've got like
Yeah.
it's like 16 pedals, and you're like,
Dude.
and then somebody put their drink, they're like, yeah.
That's
and
one-
you're just like looking at it, you're like, just get your drink out there.
Oh my God,
It's like
yeah.
you're slurring your words, you're leaning and
Yeah.
about to spill it on this.
Dude, that's one thing people don't realize too, because it's like they see a musician on the stage and just like assume that like that guy's got it or whatever, even
Yeah.
if it's just in a bar. But it's like every piece of equipment, it's like anything. I'm sure podcasting, any of that, in order to produce quality, you
Good
have to
sh-
invest in yourself.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely, yeah.
So it's like if one of those pieces goes down, it's a very key piece to what you do.
Oh, yeah.
And then your
you
whole
honestly
thing's
get what
fucked.
you pay for
Like-
a lot of the times, you know. Same with
Yeah.
like a guitar, like okay, that's why that one costs
Yeah.
$1,500 or whatever.
And you want to talk about artists like making no money off of actually selling physical music. So it's just like on top of that, like this is our livelihood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no,
like
absolutely.
you invest in yourself to be able to produce something to keep you going.
Yeah.
And that shit scares the hell out of me. Long story short.
Well, like you need a good guitar. Like it's like obviously right.
well, I mean,
like,
it's not even that.
No,
I
but,
mean,
like,
like you
the-
can
but,
have, like you just need a better, like a slightly okay guitar. Like you can't have like a.
if
fucking-
your rig's solid for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm saying then all the effects, like I'm just saying, like once you get that effect, it's like, oh, now I got like a superpower. I bought this pedal. Now I can do like this crazy.
Well, some
like,
people,
yeah.
some people
Yeah.
use that as a crutch, though.
No, but like
For sure. It depends on how you use them. Because for me, it's
you
like
can't just
you got
fucking
the-
throw
you got, like,
6 to 8
the
pedals on.
wah-wah.
You're just like, I'm Jesus now.
dude, I remember like he got the wah pedal like at some point. I don't think he had it, or maybe he did, but at some point I was like, oh shit. And
Wah
you-
pedals are fun.
they're cool.
no, he was just like,
Minus the crazy spikes.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, for me it's like I'm
was just like, all right,
I'm a
just
huge pedal nerd in terms of like I'm starting to get into like taking things apart and recircuiting and like
Yeah.
actually getting into how it works.
we gotta get into your album. Just gotta promote that too. At
Right
some
on.
point. Okay.
Yeah, here
Well,
we'll do a story and then
yeah,
bounce
let's
around.
move through this.
Oh yeah, no, I just gotta remember.
I feel like we could talk about music.
Yeah, no, I
forever.
was just saying, yeah, we're going on tangents.
Yeah.
again. Like,
no, I was just gonna be like, all right.
Actually, this is
fucking.
fucking perfect. So.
Oh yeah, because your boy.
I'm my boy.
So it's
now,
it was,
I'm labeled for
Oh,
life.
absolutely. So listen, it was 15 years ago,
an
as of like a few
anniversary.
days ago. It was
Yeah.
an anniversary. The Dave Matthews tour bus dumped 800 pounds
Wow,
of
I
shit
set myself
on
up for
people
this.
taking a Chicago River cruise.
No, it's your,
God
it's
damn
your, your boy's
Yeah.
crew. They did
New kid in the jam scene supports public dumping. That's what I am now.
That's why I got into
I'll
him.
throw that shit on a
Like,
shirt.
That sounds badass,
Sell the
dude.
shit out of it.
Like, imagine they did it on purpose. They're like,
Yeah, what if they did do it on purpose?
That's a badass.
So we were talking earlier about it, and you're like,
move.
why would they do that? I'm like, they were probably stoned as shit, and they were just like, that's a good idea.
No, it's
Some
bizarre.
rich
dude.
assholes on a cruise just
Yeah.
fucking dump her shit on them.
Yeah, queue up, don't drink the water.
I just picture it's just like this family, the first time they've ever been to Chicago, you
Yeah.
know, and they're just like,
Getting 800 pounds
that's
of
what I'm
shit.
saying. They're like, this is such a beautiful city. How have we never been here before?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it
Rest
just
freedom.
Yeah.
dropped almost a
Right.
literal ton of human shit on
Wow,
them.
yeah.
And they're like, that's it, never fucking
Or
coming
a
back to this
family
shithole.
traveling to see the Dave Matthews Band in that city. It's just like,
There's their tour bus. And they're like, oh, like mouth open and everything. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
So they dumped 800 pounds of human waste on a hapless river cruise.
Yeah.
Described the downpour, a foul-smelling, brownish-yellow slurry that ruined their clothes and made several of them sick. The band tour bus driver admitted to the dumping or poorly paid a fine, served a 1.5 probation, and performed community service.
Gotcha. And then that weird guy that just found it to be an honor.
yeah.
There's one dude who got
Hashtag never forget. Hashtag always remember.
I hate hashtags so much, dude.
Yeah, but sometimes they're fucking quality.
Yeah.
Like,
there's one dude that really enjoyed that.
Yeah. No,
like, all I can I just can't. I can't help but think.
I'm
So
at the
I used to
pooping.
work for a nonprofit called Pathways.
Word.
So I used to take care of people with developmental disabilities.
right on.
And it's like I sometimes would have to pick up shit from the floor.
Yeah.
Which is like whatever.
you
You know what I mean?
What?
No, I really did. Yeah.
What?
And, like I don't know. The first time it's shocking.
God
The third
bless
time
you.
you're like, I'm
God
used to this.
bless you.
But I'm like, I hated that. I couldn't
You hated
imagine
that?
having that dumped all over me. Like,
Wait, what? you thought about that? You're like,
But it's Dave in the band.
it's sacred shit.
dude, Dave
We collected
shit.
it into vials, and I drink it to make me play better guitar.
That's, yeah.
You're like, how much for it? Like, no.
You make jankum out of it.
I'm not selling it. It spilled on a river.
What if you
cruise
collected it
years
into like a
ago.
mason jar, sold it on eBay?
You
This is
probably
Dave
make
Matthews
money.
shit.
You would've bought it.
Yeah.
Would you have bought Dave Matthews shit if it was on eBay when you were in high
we're
school?
When I was 12? Yeah. Are you kidding?
Dude.
Mom, give me your credit card right now.
Yeah. No, dude, how I started playing guitar was because of one of the first Dave Matthews records. My dad made a promise to me that this is when I was first starting, if I learned the record front to back, he'd take me to a show.
Oh, word.
And pulled it off and went to my first Dave show when I was 8 years old. And then I've seen them more times than I'd like to admit.
Well, I mean, that's like a cool band to get into because it's a lot of improvising. and-
Yeah, in a way,
it's
it was super crucial because it
Yeah.
was
you see
it was
it.
it was a nice segue to actually get into the jam scene.
Yeah,
'cause it
well,
was-
Then
and
you see
also-
they're just kind of just good.
Yeah,
But what they do is,
I also
you
have
know.
a bunch of cousins I'm super close to, and I'm the third youngest of 13.
Yeah.
So
13.
when
What?
yeah, dude, I have a pretty big extended family. So it was when I was 8, 9, all my cousins were 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
And at that time, early 2000s, Dave was the guy.
Oh, absolutely.
So me
Oh,
being
yeah.
the young kid trying to hang, it was just oh, I know this song too.
For real. Yeah.
So try a little too hard, it might introduce you to something.
yeah. So you've got an album that just dropped, right?
Yeah, man, it came out August 2nd. It's called Million Slinkies.
Million
It's on,
Slinkies.
yeah, again, the Hasbens. The reason we're called the Hasbens is because we have two dudes in the band named Ben with the band the Hasbens. Shitty plan words.
Yeah.
We also have two Sams.
They
with the
have.
Has Sams.
Listen,
They
it's
have
better than Foo
Sam's.
Fighters.
They got
got that
has
going.
Sam's.
Pearl
Has
Jam.
Or
Bands.
Cradle, Pearl Jam. Cradle of Filth.
So who's in the band? You have two Bens and two Sams.
Two Bens, two Sams. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, album came out. It's on all streaming platforms, anywhere you can buy.
Yeah,
or
I saw it on
stream music.
Spotify actually.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Dude, I was trying.
But yeah,
to,
just
I'm trying to listen to it, but I don't know. I stopped paying for Spotify, so I try to hit play.
Yeah, dude, he stole my phone to listen to it the other day.
Oh no way! You listened to it though?
Oh
Yeah, we both did. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, it sounded awesome.
Dude, no,
thank
yeah.
you so much.
Anyway, yeah,
Fantastic,
listeners, check out the album. It sounds great. Where'd you get it done?
We actually did it. We did it over at Robot Dog Studios in Williston, Vermont.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like this guy Ryan Cohen. He's the man. It's
Yeah.
him and his dog.
It
Robot.
sounded really good. Like the guitar. There's a few tracks. There was the glitter song.
Glitter and Greed.
There's that's a crazy one.
That's a
It
cool
just
little
sounds-
reggae tune. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was there's a jerk.
Jerky.
Yeah. There's some really.
Yeah,
The
that's a funky-
instrumentals came out really sounded like.
Yeah, and the
On
cool
point.
thing about that album, we did the whole album in 6 hours.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so we started just playing live. So these tunes, it's we did the record in 6 hours.
Yeah.
But we've been playing these songs live for about a year and a half. So it's how most people in the studio kind of like work their way through tunes in this, like that's where they write.
Yeah.
For
So
us, it was just
you
kind of
had-
finished product. So when we came to the studio, it was more about abbreviating jams to studio versions. So
And
we
then
did
kinda
that.
like making small adjustments in audio itself as you were guys mixing it. I'm assuming like.
Yeah, so we were hands off with the mixing.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we
okay.
just kind of trusted our engineer and let him rock. But
Gotcha.
for our 6-hour session, it was we taked all the instrumentals with a scratch vocal.
Yeah.
So basically a vocal you cut and then so did that in 2 hours and 50 minutes, and then the next 3:10 was just vocals and like little background stuff.
Gotcha.
And it was just like if you want to
So
make
the
an
vocals
album,
too.
Yeah,
All
so
that
that's-
same session, vocals and
6 straight hours, no breaks. Because it was like at this point,
intense, but-
we did a little GoFundMe campaign, raised a bit of money for it, and then by the time that was over, it came out to only $90 a person. You can make a whole album if you have your shit tight. We did it in $660.
No shit.
And that was it. It's just like you have to come super well
is
prepared.
that for the
come to
mastering?
work.
Is that you get mastering?
Yeah, but that's
that?
not on our time. That's on his time.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
was
so
like
it's everything.
yeah, $660 for
Oh.
mastering and sessions.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's nice that it's a flat rate. Sometimes they charge by like how long it's gonna take them and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
So
I don't know. You ever heard of the band Instant Narwhal? They're
Of
local
course,
around here.
yeah.
Yeah. So those are all like my best friends.
oh no
Like,
way, they
super,
we
super
played a
close
gig with them. Actually, shameless plug. We did this event on campus last year called Harvest Fest down at the community garden.
Yeah.
Where it was just like harvest the vegetables and play live music, and they played before us.
Oh,
They're
word, yeah.
super sick.
Oh yeah, no, they're fucking fantastic.
But yeah, September 14th this year, Harvest Fest at the community garden. Anyway,
Yeah.
Where's the
So-
Where's the community garden?
over by Wilson, kind of behind it,
Oh yeah.
and by those soccer fields.
But yeah, no. So when they released their first album, they took like it took them an extremely long time because they were like trying to get everything down. Well, it's unfortunate because I know they have John now. So like John is their rhythm guitarist.
Yep.
Well, no, they switched between Rob and John. Kind of switched between lead and rhythm, but
Okay.
for a while it was just Rob. So he was
Yeah.
doing like
I know
all
Rob
this-
personally, too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, because he was in the audio engineering program at P State.
Yeah, just knew him from being around.
Yeah.
When you play guitar, there's only so
dude,
many
no,
people
I
that
know,
play guitar.
trust
Yeah.
me. Yeah, so it was like he was doing both parts as rhythm and lead and recording vocals like and it took him like fucking 6 months. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I felt like so bad for him because I would be coming back from college because I went to college like 6 hours away from here.
Right.
So I'd be coming back and I'd be like,
Sorry. I queued the end of his song. It had like 2 seconds left from
you
before.
could play through the microphone.
Just hear the jam. It sounds good.
Jesus Christ.
This is the end of it, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
there's the
it's
one.
literally like it's playing it for me.
Do you want the recorder?
Dude, send it to me because like this.
Well, why don't we put it in post edit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like
next
it's,
song.
we're not
I'll
don't
send you
put,
the-
don't put
the
it through
next
the
song
microphone.
on Spotify becomes Tyga and Lil Jon. I'm like, I just want to hear the next
My
song.
contemporaries.
It's like, what is my
My
Spotify?
muses.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, this just sounds
yeah.
good.
Appreciate it,
Jam
dude.
bands, fucking
Yeah.
they rock
Got
out.
a little bit of everything. We got some,
So too,
folk,
good shows.
reggae, bluegrass,
Yours, like
jazz.
they shows at Monopole and they were packed out. It was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
man, that's where we got our start. Just also like
Yeah.
the doing the house show thing at first was so killer because it was like
So you were doing shows. So you do the shows with Monopole, but then you're doing house shows.
we did the
while
open
you're at school.
So
all
that was
during-
before the first Monopole gigs, like the
Okay.
paid gigs.
Yeah,
Before it was like we'd pop up and do like 3-song sets at open mic every Wednesday,
Yeah.
and actually treat it like a
That's
set.
what Instant Narwhal did too. That's
Yeah.
like, yeah, because I remember. I mean, I was with them when they like originally started forming this shit.
Yeah, no, you guys
But
were
yeah,
tight.
I mean,
you
it
guys
was-
were good at open mic. And
For you, yeah, the whole time we were doing house shows and then slowly turned into paid stuff, and now we have an album out and are playing shows pretty consistently, which is cool.
you guys are like, are you going to tour or something soon? Or are you like doing a few shows coming up in the?
So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff kind of going on right now in terms of setting everything up, but keep an eye out February.
Check it
March.
out. Million
Word.
Slinkies on all streaming platforms.
Yes,
and
sir.
yeah, it's a dope album.
yeah.
It's pretty sick, especially just like a local band. You're like, it sounds, fucking professional. So
Yeah.
it sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds legit. So it's like step,
when I was
step
growing
your
up-
game up.
I was growing up in this
Plattsburgh
area
bands.
around here, dude. I was like hardcore into the local music scene because all my friends were in like
Hell
local
yeah.
bands, and
Hey,
like
man.
I remember like Cutthroat Logic was like a metal band that was like local for a long time, and
Yeah.
I mean like Motion of the Ocean was my friend's band, and then there was like Theta, and there was like a ton,
Yeah, dude,
like
my-
Lawgiver. I mean, there's
sure.
ridiculous amounts of local bands around here. It's like almost oversaturated. It got to a point where like. You just like you'd go to like any concert you want to see your one friend's band play, and there was just like 6 shit bands that were playing
Yeah.
with them. You just had to fucking sit and like grin and bear it through it. And you'd be like, yeah, all right, guys.
Yeah,
and just
dude,
in your
for
head, you're like,
sure.
you're so bad.
Yeah, no, my biggest thing is like in terms of music nowadays, it's like we're in this weird like digital like grassroots renaissance of putting music out. So it's like anyone that's actually doing something that's very good local, you need to support local regardless of that. Absolutely. And also, just because you can do it in your bedroom doesn't mean you should.
There's too many people that can do stuff.
Just because you can record something in your room doesn't mean
they're like holding like an iPod, like the
recording. You hear about people recording vocals through the headphone jack, and it's like,
or just
there's
like
a
free
app,
app,
but don't make that the novelty.
Boop, boop. Boop,
you can only get so indie before it starts sounding shit.
That's what I'm saying. Know the line between indie and shit. That's the perfect one. That should be a shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, anyway, let's get on.
Yeah.
All right.
Peruse some of these.
All right. We'll go about the we're gonna stick to the theme. Like people have like somebody that make fun of our show, they'll be like, shit, poop, dick, news. So let's stick with that.
Stick with that.
Roll with that.
I mean, listen,
I'm
it's
here
not
for
my
it.
fault that just the funny news stories involve dicks and shit. Like,
hey, it could be something tragic, or we'll teach you something. Apparently, there's a multivitamin that will make your poop glitter infused, make it a glittery turd in your turlet. You can
turlet? In your turlet?
I'm from the South. Is that I don't know that's the thing. So yeah, you take this multivitamin. It is multi, so it's good for you. It's not just a
pill
sparkly,
to make you shit sparkles.
Because I mean that.
I mean, I would still
if that's
buy
all it is, I'm still
I would
into
still
it.
buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, how
so now when I do crazy acid trips,
look
I
at
paint my walls, with my own shit.
Wow.
It'll at least be beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, do you look at your shits a lot?
Every time.
Yeah, well,
but like for
do
a
you
while.
not?
Not for. I don't like.
Like get
listen, I
close
take it
up
out,
and
put it
see
under a
sparkles.
microscope.
I don't consider things about it. Like,
you're like, well, it's a little girthier than yesterday.
yeah, it's more of just like self 5, keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just kind of like that's it.
Do you ever look at it and you're like, damn,
Ghost poops.
damn, I'm sick.
What?
I mean, I feel like it's
sure.
like sick, like in a skateboarder terms,
No,
way,
I'm like,
or like
damn,
sick, like
I'm
I literally need
sick.
medical attention.
Oh,
right
I
now.
thought you were talking medical attention.
No, I was.
Like every time you just check to make sure you're all right. Like,
I just
No.
picture like a hardcore skater kid just turning around looking at his own shit, sick, and then he just like high fives himself and fucking walks out.
sick. Yeah. What if
Hops on his longboard.
What if
rolls
every
away
time
into the sunset?
I wish I was.
What if every time we took? All right, I shouldn't even say this. Like
What if-
You
there's
started, let it rip.
Please
There
tell
were so many
me.
chances not to, and I should have taken any of them. All right, what if like you get married and then every time you drop a deuce, your wife wants to come and inspect your turd
I don't know. This is probably the reason why I married her. Honestly.
to see if you've been cheating?
To see if you've been cheating? What does that have to do with
It's like a
anything?
tarot card reading.
You're a tarot-
I don't know.
She just like holds it in the palm of her hand with like one of those like the necklaces with the gemstone. On the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
She's,
yeah.
twirling
She's
it around.
like,
When she walks
What
in
is
with one of
this?
those like the divoting rods, you know
Disturbance
what I
in the
mean?
force
They're, like,
last
used to like
night.
find water or whatever, but she's just like holding it over your shit. Like point me to the pussy he was in last.
yeah, it's a struggle. What happened?
Brings it into the bedroom. It's like, what is this? Time for a divorce
What do you
lawyer.
mean?
This definitely. I mean,
My shit. I don't know.
like,
this
do we
some
all
sort of
agree
trick
that this? Do we all agree that this product like definitely causes cancer? Probably. Like,
Probably,
Yeah.
This
I
should
mean, it's
not
not
be-
great for you.
Listen, I'm here for a good time, not a long
what if
time.
this is why you die? I mean, come on.
This is one fabulous
That's a way to go. It's a fabulous way to go.
Yeah.
Big spark.
Do you think the sparkles hurt coming out?
Oh.
I heard it's
all
like
scraps of metal.
it's actually just broken glass. That's what makes it sparkles.
The blood is the sparkles.
Thank God.
Joke's on you. It's diamonds. Nobody knew.
No.
At that point, it's
Like
worth
when you
it.
die, it plays
That
a
would
video.
fuck your intestines. Right
Yeah.
Yeah, being healthy and getting all the nutrients you need shouldn't be dull and boring. So it's like millennials.
Wait, so it's a multivitamin that makes your shit
Yeah,
colored?
are you bored of regular
were-
vitamins that
that's
don't
sick.
do
They
anything
They were like
to your...
Fred Flintstone's out, glitter shit in.
I'm into this now. That
give
changed.
it
I thought it was just like a
that
novelty thing to look at your shit. Just
put it in
admire,
the
yeah,
basin, yeah.
just to see
No, no.
something different.
It also has got B12,
Right on.
vitamin
I'm
A,
about it.
vitamin B, vitamins.
Wait. It says the product follows hot on the heels of the French firm Luton Mollin, which made available dietary supplements that claim to make flatulence smell like roses.
That's a
God
good
bless.
product.
I mean, why don't you just like
Do you think girls take
tape
that?
like a dryer sheet?
Is that a thing? Do
Like,
people
to
take this?
to your
Dude, this is
butthole?
like a 3-in-1. Your
this
shit
sh-
doesn't smell. It looks fantastic, and you're getting healthy.
Would you get surgery if that was a one-time thing and you just shat?
Oh, your shit just didn't smell bad.
Or if you slipped it to someone and they had no idea, and then they took a shit and were like, "Oh my god, I have superpowers."
No one ever talks about that, X-Men.
Yeah.
What if you shit and it smelled like really good? You're like, wow. You're like in a field full of baked bread.
Would you say it smells like citrus?
Yeah, just sharp citrus.
Right here. Nope. Yeah. Come on. There it is.
I did. It was in the corner of my vision. I thought you were gonna punch me for a second. I was
Oh,
like, the
no.
pun wasn't that bad.
I was about to take myself for one. But.
So, non-GMO.
Is that the worst moment?
Glitters
You
not.
know what I mean? Like, you ever like run into someone you haven't seen in a long time, and then like as they're like leaving somewhere, and be like, "Yo, like it was nice seeing you," and then they just like leave you hanging, and you're like,
That is the worst.
Gonna go kill myself. It's
Even
your
worse
fault.
than that though is when you go in for one of these and they come like with one of these.
Oh yeah,
And then you're just kind of doing this thing or like quick.
So no, wait,
switch
what you
up.
gotta do is if you're going for a dap and they're going for the, what you do is you take your other hand and you wrap it around their fist, and then you do a small prayer.
I'm into that. For me, it just always ends up turning into then a conversation about what we're gonna do.
Yeah, no,
Or,
you
like,
just roll with
what,
it, man.
What if like they're going for a handshake and then you go like this?
What if they go for a handshake and then you kiss them right on their lips? Isn't that like you can assert dominance like that, right?
Mwah,
So what we're getting at is any interaction kiss trumps all of them.
No, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm kissing everyone now.
Yeah,
From here
doesn't
on out.
matter. Yeah.
Avoid awkward contact. Kiss everybody.
All right, next up to the weird products, we've got Oscar Mayer Wieners releasing a hot dog flavored ice cream sandwich. What do you guys think about that?
No way. Get it out of here.
You're gonna eat that?
I don't know, I'd try it.
Is it with ketchup or mustard or just dog?
What if it's just a frozen hot dog?
Just a frozen hot dog.
Like, here's your frozen hot dog, you piece of shit.
Mushed.
That's like. Do you
they
guys
put in
remember like
juicer.
those weird mom and pop shops? They sold like ham flavored bubble gum.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the equivalent to that in my mind. And
Hold on,
exactly.
we gotta listen to something.
Gotcha.
Those are called for us.
It was an ambulance.
We're too sick, bro.
These
Too
jokes are
sick.
too
Come with
funny.
the hotness.
They're-
We gotta go
literally
to the padded
killing
room,
it.
bro. We gotta straight jacket up. We're saying crazy stuff, man. They're after us.
We good? We gooch?
Nice.
We gooch. Double taint.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Frozen hot dog. Fuck it. I'd still eat it.
Here we go.
I would try it.
They'd
Now I'm
make
curious.
they'd make their money back off people exactly like that. Like, yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Well,
So, yeah, it's a
clearly it's
go.
half mustard, half cookies and
Ew.
cream.
So there's a
That's
whole bite
whack.
of mustard
You
and
can't.
cookies and cream? Wait, what?
I don't know, it just
You
looks
have to like.
Oh, Jesus.
You have to either suffer through the mustard to get to the good part, or vice versa.
Suffer through the mustard. That's
So
a
you've
band
been
name
bad.
If I've ever heard one.
Like, yeah, I guess.
I'm
What
changing
if-
my band name right now. Suffer through
Call
the
the boys
mustard.
immediately.
This is a revolutionary new way to raise kids. Like, what if you have
Lead single cookies and cream question
like you've
mark.
been bad, like they've been bad at school, they've been kind of bad at school, but then you make them eat the mustard as punishment, and then they get the cookies and cream as the delight.
Yeah, you're gonna get those
This
kids
is
a real weird specific fetish.
a learning experience of an ice cream sandwich.
That would be.
Where's the hot dog though? Where's the hot dog involved in this? I only see mustard and
Afterwards,
cookies and
now
cream.
tell me what you've done.
Yeah, right. It's like fuck soap, mustard ice cream all the way.
It's like we heard you give your kid mustard sandwiches every night or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Are we taking my kids away for this? It's disgusting.
What if they just walk in and there's just like ice cream in one hand, and you're just literally shoving it down a kid's throat?
What if it was
It's just a metaphor to get through the shit to see the beauty in life.
Yeah, there you go.
wait?
Silver lining.
Is the-
CPS will believe that.
Is the
Oscar
sandwich,
Mayer, I'm on board.
What is that? Is there hot dog? Is that the
Sponsor
bread?
us. We'll eat it on our podcast.
Is the hot dog the bread?
I'll do it for free.
Is it like a flattened hot dog? Where's the hot dog? Where's the?
On the
sandwich
side
is
is the
hot
garnish.
dog, yeah. No, it's the garnish. Just like a
Nah, I'm kidding.
lime on a martini.
No, I think the whole thing is like
Imagine that you cook a martini just a fucking hot dog. A little wiener
So,
on
it's
the
like
end.
when I
of it.
pour my Mountain Dew into my martini glass and I put a little Dorito on the end of it.
hey, the drinks that come with snacks. I wonder if like the actual sandwich part of it, what would be the bread of an ice cream sandwich, is hot dog flavored.
Yeah.
Is that
What
what
if
it
it's
is?
all
I
hot
think
dog
it
flavored
is.
and we're all just mistaken?
And that's really not cookies.
It's just
and cream and
dunked in
hot
hot dog
dogs.
water. It's frozen.
Wow, that's gross.
Hope it's not like cum flavored. It is white
Only in a
Hey,
perfect
dude,
And
we're
world.
not-
chunky.
We're not talking about your fantasy.
and has small black bits in it.
I hope there's not like girls with a bunch of double D's and like just at the party just want to have sex with me.
What?
That was hands down the
No, that's
coolest
kinda
thing I've
like,
heard
I
all
hope
week, and
that-
it's Monday.
I hope it doesn't taste like cum. I hope there's no cum in it. That was what you said.
I just picture Andrew walking around a party with an ice cream sandwich, like, hope there's no cum in here, guys.
And everyone's just like, that guy fucks.
And then you just
Big dick energy.
Yeah.
and then you just eat it like that could use some cum. What the
Fat dick spirit, if you will.
That guy's a fucking weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, the farmer decided to propose his girlfriend by putting a
A proposal circle or an engagement ring?
I'm a robot alien. A engagement ring is what they call it here on Earth. Describe the picture. There is
Engagement
a
ring on a cow udder?
It's an
Is that what
udder.
I'm
It's an
looking at?
udder.
It's a beautiful cow
He's from
udder.
New York City. He doesn't. It's
Got
okay.
you.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
beautiful udder.
He hadn't seen a cow in 25 years till he came.
What
over here.
did he say? Like,
That explains so much.
how did he?
Will you marry me?
How did
And then
he?
she was like, "This is utterly ridiculous."
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, that's a callback to one of our other episodes. Real fans would understand that.
Hey, I'm calling divorce in 2.
She's like, that's where it is. That's for me. Really, you're gonna make me get it off that?
You want me to marry the cow? I mean, I guess.
Do you think she like?
No, I'm asking for your approval.
Can I marry the cow?
Yeah.
I asked him. I guess.
How do you?
could be a gay cow.
How do you guys think she like took it off?
Probably with her
There's
mouth
only
open.
one way. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do you think with
What
the
if he
mouth?
put it inside the cow and she had to milk it out?
Wait, what?
That'd be a very painful experience for the cow.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying,
Probably.
but like, do you
And then
think
she says no.
do you think she
What
was
the
like?
fuck is this, Greg?
You think she just like takes it off like this, or did she like actually like go with like her mouth and she's like
She
sucking
definitely
off the
didn't
cow?
go with her mouth.
She's like,
he
yeah.
was like, "That's how I know I was gonna marry that woman."
Yeah.
She took that udder. She took the ring
She
off the
just
udder with her
spraying
fucking
herself with
teeth.
milk in the face, and we're like, I'm about to
What
marry
if the
this.
cow? What if the cow is like the past? You know, what if they make the cow get the certificate to marry them?
Yes,
Can animals marry you?
if they can speak, I think they can. Just, you
No,
know,
they
That's
have
where
to
we draw the
talk,
line.
right?
Yeah.
That's where we draw the line.
they can speak and do
It's
their
like in 14
vows or
states you
whatever.
can fuck a horse, but we will not let that horse marry you.
That'd be ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck
Utterly ridiculous if there was a horse in a tuxedo that was pretending to be the priest at a wedding. Be like, what is happening here? I'm sorry. Is that controversial? Someone's gonna come at me like,
Dude, that would be the best wedding I've ever been to in my entire life.
That would be-
That wedding wouldn't even need an open bar for me to go to it. Like,
dude, I went to a wedding one time that had a horse. No, I'm just kidding.
I blame this whole story on the pressure of proposals. This is ridiculous.
It's like, I have to do something wild and crazy.
Yeah, wild and crazy.
Like
She-
Ted put it in
what
her
if-
mashed potatoes.
Yeah. What does she like to do? She milks cows sometimes. Yeah, go. We're running with that forever.
You can't be vanilla, Ted.
So she has 6 months to live. You have to marry her now.
But like, what was he like? Was he like, look at that? Like, what was the big reveal? Or was he just like, will you marry me? And like, there it is. Or like, what? Like, what do you think? went
Maybe
down?
he was
I think
like-
he was like, hey, baby, I got something to show you. And then goes to the cow. Like, what is it? She's like, why don't you check that out down there?
No, that day he was
You
just
may like what
weirdly
you see.
adamant that she had to milk the
I
cow.
feel
And
like
she's
I
just
feel like
what
no
are you
one's
talking
taking into account the possibility that he's not even a farmer.
That would be way better if it was just some random
That's
person's
what I'm
cow.
saying. Yeah, like, can I borrow that udder for a second?
What if like he stole it off of the cow and the cow was actually married?
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
think about that.
that's fucked. And also, what effects does this have on the cow? Just like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, is this like the cock
Was that
ring
cow
of cows?
consenting?
That cow thought it was married for
Did
a
you have
bit.
to lube up the udder first?
She was
That's what I'm
so,
saying.
she was so
That might be,
happy.
that might be
On it a
an
little
incredibly
bit.
painful
Is it a
experience.
male cow?
Long
Or-
story short, this whole thing's
Only
inconsiderate
female
as
cows
fuck.
have udders.
She thought that she was married for a second, and then he broke her heart by taking it off. She was like, I feel like the belle of the ball. Just going around.
The bell of the udder.
Being from the city, I love your country stereotypes. This whole time I've enjoyed it
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
fucking hilarious.
I love cows and diamond rings and
Did
being
you think that
proposed to
chocolate
by
milk came from brown
livestock.
cows?
Yes.
Anyone that lives 5 minutes from here is from the south. In his mind.
Pennsylvania, the
Yeah.
South.
The deep south.
just Confederate flags.
It's like, yeah,
everywhere.
the bogs and marshes of Louisiana where all the
Yeah.
Cajuns live.
You know that weird stretch in between Plattsburgh and Montreal, South Carolina.
You got them gators up there.
Dude, it might as well be South Carolina, honestly.
Yeah. I don't
There's
know
enough
what
meth
happens
there to fuel South Carolina.
God bless.
God don't make no junk.
See you when I see you.
You ever notice the lack of good meth in town? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, constantly. Yeah, constantly.
Nah, there's a
You couldn't tell by
meth
my
lab
slim
bust.
figure I do plenty of meth.
Dude, that's what.
What a good cover to be
in the
like a
future.
crack or a meth head. Be fat as shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like start out fat and then start smoking crack.
Or
but
just-
still, eat shit food all the time. And
Yeah.
people will be like, he can't be a crackhead, he's huge.
Cheap, couple easy payments, your body will never look the same.
No, yeah. That's
Great
true.
way to stay in shape.
Yeah, the stem fast diet.
Yeah.
You think at any point there'd be like all drugs are legal and you could go to Planet Fitness and there's gonna be a class taught, but before the class everyone takes
Smoking rock.
everyone just does a little meth, smoke some rock, and then you're all just like
Yeah, that probably already exists in North Korea.
Yeah.
They feed people meth so it
Yeah.
curbs their appetite because they have a food shortage.
Dude, you're being Koreanophobic.
Koreanophobic, just North Korea.
That whole workout session is just people screaming at themselves in the mirror. It's an hour of getting hyped to work out, and then you go home.
Yeah, then you go home and scratch at your teeth for 6 hours.
then they all just like they turn around and look at the mirrors and they all start freaking. Reflection.
How long has that demon been there?
So this other
Speaking
story-
of meth, we pull up the meth vagina story.
What?
What a good segue.
Yep.
These segues
maybe.
have been
Maybe.
crazy.
That story. Oh, I don't know if I have that one up here.
Yeah, you do. You had it up earlier.
I know.
Did you fucking take it out?
Yeah,
There you go.
Okay.
This is my favorite so far. First of all, you see her and she's like, you know, she's not terrible looking. She doesn't look like she shoves meth in her fucking vagina. Like, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Those eyebrows are kind of giving it away a little bit.
She looks a little.
She has such a cocky look on her face. You know, she'd be like, you damn right I shoved fucking meth in my vagina.
She looks like trouble.
Yeah.
She does.
Like-
But also to do that, to go
like
to that extent,
shouts-
you don't give a fuck about a mugshot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Really, maybe she was that kind of girl that wore like the Cookie Monster sweatpants.
I know
to school
exactly who
every
you're
morning.
talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Like, beat the shit out of other girls just for fun.
So-
they always had like
I mean-
Grateful Dead T-shirts and hemp necklaces, and we're like, oh, free peace and love. Then would beat the shit out of anyone at all times. Like, that's fucking contradictory.
Yeah.
Contradictory?
Yo.
Everything about surrounding those particular things is a massive walking contradiction.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's for another
Cutting
time.
class to smoke cigarettes in the shed outside
Yeah.
of school.
Peace
Yo,
and love.
you
You want
guys-
to do
Pregnant at
heroin on
15?
lot? Yeah.
You guys
Get
hear
out of here.
about, there was a world record, I believe a world record set, right, this weekend by this guy that was
I mean, he's the only one that's ever
However-
done it, so I guess it's technically a world record.
word up. So props to this man for doing this, using this incredible technology. Also,
World records are hilarious now.
What do you think the world record is for most pizza bites in one single sitting is? Because I kind of want to beat that.
Like singular bites?
No, well, I mean, sorry, like pizza rolls.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you think is the world record for the
What are you gonna
Let
say,
it rip.
Andrew?
If
What
you're
are you
going to let
say?
something rip, don't hold back. Just
Yeah.
go.
No, there's like
why you have posts.
four versions of it that were not funny. And
4 versions individually.
I was just saying, what's the world record for deaf kids screaming in a room?
Nah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I thought it was good.
No,
We'll keep that one moving.
what there was other ones with people.
So you ever think that like when deaf people see people yawning, they don't know if they're screaming or not?
I never thought about that until right now. Now I'm thinking about it a lot.
Damn,
I mean, this is a podcast. you know?
Yeah.
that's a good point. I mean, I think this is a haunted house. Guys,
All right. I say we'll do one more news story and then
we got like 5 minutes. We're gonna wind down. We've taken this down the winding road of Rainbow Road.
musical tangents. I fucking love it, dude.
Me too.
It was fantastic.
All right, we'll go.
Also, meth vaginas.
We'll do speed round.
Like wine and cheese.
So they say some men avoid recycling because they think it makes them look gay. What do you guys think about that? Do you think recycling's gay?
No,
Are you self-conscious at all?
I'm a
that-
big advocate for recycling.
Me too, bro. I feel like
That's how you see me
there's
go nuts,
nothing
man.
Gay
Like,
about.
okay, I want to know who's looking over at someone emptying, they're like putting plastic in their recycling bin and be like,
As they're dumping shit in their trash can, just like, this
What are you fucking
Yeah,
recycling?
this guy's sucking dicks on the daily.
Or just how like something like throwing something away immediately goes to a train of thought of sexual orientation. Like,
Yeah, who the
Yeah,
fuck knows?
or just like the good manners.
Do you see the caption? The Earth is literally melting, but no homo.
All right, well,
I hate
this-
people,
If
man.
it saves the Earth, full homo. Okay.
Yeah, they may avoid certain behavior.
The only time that recycling would be gay is
What
if
is
there
this
were two
study?
dudes
This study may
in a
be
pink polo.
fucking
This is
Yeah.
new research
and
Let's see what the
enjoying it
research-
while recycling.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
would make that specific recycling like assessment that's gay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gay.
That's pretty messed up. That you would avoid recycling because you're so self-conscious about looking gay that
Yeah,
you
how
will
fucking Jesus Christ.
No, that's
destroy the
insane.
planet by. Or
Do you
not,
think if
it's
like you like sort your fucking plastics
Deal
from
with
your
your issues,
glasses
dude.
and
In
like,
no
all of a
universe
sudden
do
you're gonna
those two-
change?
Yeah. In no universe do those two things ever collide. They're not
watching
even
you?
close.
Who's watching you out of a window? Like,
Recycling, dick sucking.
where's the address,
Yin
recycling
yang.
boy?
yeah. Exactly the same.
Fuck out of here.
This doesn't happen.
Ugh.
This is also on
Keep recycling.
pride.com, so it's a gay website. So it might just be. Oh, no, this is a different one. The other one was out.com. We have two gay website stories as our news sources for today. This gay man was hospitalized for 10 days for a 10-day erection. Have you ever had a 10-day erection, fellas?
How much fucking Viagra did he take?
Actually, he took one pill of Viagra, and then he met a male nurse that gave him, I think it's illegal, a injection directly into his penis of some erectile dysfunction, something like Viagra. Would you guys have you guys ever taken a syringe to the penis?
Never.
Not willingly.
Would you? For pleasure?
For pleasure.
$10?
For $10.
No.
Depends how bad I needed that $10.
No, I mean this sounds like for like a surgery you might have to get.
In 2015, some genius took 35 Viagra pills as a joke and got stuck with a 5-day boner.
I didn't get that.
That is a fucked up joke. 35?
You think that was a joke?
Guys, I can't believe you're making me do this. Craig, no one asked you to do that.
That was a suicide.
Oh, you guys are crazy. And he's just popping them left and right.
That was Craig's suicide attempt. They paid attention to it. That was a joke. He was like, all right, fuck this life. I'm definitely going to die from this.
And also, if you do that as a joke, you're if you do something funny, you're going to brag about it to your friends. And that in turn is like, hey, friends.
I would brag about that to my friends.
Check out what I have going on.
But I'm a piece of shit.
You know what? You know what we would say about you if you like, dude? Did you hear what fucking?
Yeah. Did you guys hear that Key and Pop 35 Viagra pills had a 5-day boner? People were like, what a fucking legend.
Yeah. It'd be that, but slightly in that vocal tone where it's like not a good thing, but still crazy.
Yeah, it's like, did you guys hear about Kean?
Yeah. You think we should check on him?
5-day boner, 35 Viagras. I don't think.
I don't know whether to high five you or shake my head.
For 5 days?
Absolutely not. Pizza bites.
In one of the most harrowing recorded incidents, an accident caused a 7-week erection in a man from Dublin.
That's dangerous. Your dick can fall off.
After he fell on a bike.
Did you know that?
No.
That's why they say you should go to a hospital after having an erection for 4 hours. Because your body will cut circulation off to it.
Okay.
But it will fall. You're fucked. You have no dick.
I can't say I'm very well versed.
What if
in
it falls
Viagra.
up and a newer, bigger, better one grows in, and they're just not telling us?
It's not
that?
a lizard's tail.
That's
man.
maybe it is.
If that was the case, anyone with a small dick would cut it off all the time.
What if it's propaganda by the dick? They
Reduce.
figured out, and they just like, oh, that's a secret. You just
That's
let
what
it
that
fall
fucking
up.
fat dude in the trench coat did.
That's
He had a
it.
small dick. He chopped it off and grew a bigger one.
It was growing.
That's why we
It
can't
was
find
growing. It's just growing.
And that's the importance of recycling.
Yes.
if you recycle,
Full circle
We've
today.
come full circle.
if you recycle, your dick will grow. I think maybe it. We got the. Do the story.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk real quick about this. We'll end it on this.
Nice.
Because this is insane. So he has this
This is the world
hoverboard
record.
fucking
Yeah, he
mechanism
crossed.
or
This is the
whatever.
world record. He's got an English
Flew
channel.
over 100 miles an hour, flew over the English Channel 22 miles.
That's awesome.
That's fucking insane.
That's so cool.
The first time he did it, he hit a boat. So, because my general manager was telling me about this, he's like, everyone in the news keeps saying that he ran out of fuel, but what actually happened is he hit a fucking
He just
boat.
smoked a boat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd be embarrassed as shit too. I wouldn't want to tell anyone that.
That would hurt,
Imagine
too.
that just like, you hit your
100
knee.
miles an hour.
Yeah, you
Imagine
kidding
hit your knee, just boom, and you start flipping forward into the water.
Why isn't he doing any sick tricks? Do a kick flip.
So basically, he's
Go
got,
down and start skipping.
So there's a dude on a hoverboard, but it's like not one of those ones like a Segway thing that people have. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's not
legit
a wheel.
on the water. He's soaring across the sky. Like I was saying, imagine like fucking the enemies get these. They're flying in to like invade us. Just like fucking a million people on hoverboards with like
Yeah, but if it was so easy for him to run out of gas or crash into a boat, I feel like that's not a threat at all. Dude, there's a little propellers underneath. They just throw random trash up in there.
What if they got squirrels on drones?
Squirrels on drones or squirrels as drones?
Get the drone technology.
Either way, terrifying. Well,
Fat naked man. We did that.
Yeah.
The chocolate shop with the Confederate flag.
No.
Is that a thing?
All right, real quick. We're running out of precious time.
Precious, sweet, precious. Baby.
This dude basically said, "Burn a rebel flag and I'll give you free chocolate."
So
And then he sold out of chocolate.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Which is great.
This was in North Carolina, man. He had offered because he had seen Confederate flags around the town. He offered to give free.
Oh, burn a Confederate flag and you get free chocolate.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
that's-
it was the other way around.
But I had a, yeah. I had a
Get a free
question.
chocolate.
It
Burn a
seemed-
flag.
Any burning of a flag seems fucked up. So when you said even Confederate flag, it's like ooh, like I was
Yeah.
like, that's
No,
it's
fuck that. Burn all the
confusing.
Confederate
Yeah,
flags.
facts.
We should, but it's any yeah, of course. But burning of flags seems, yeah, I guess whatever.
Yeah, you can't recycle this one, bud.
I don't. What do you mean? I'm not. I have nothing to say. I'm confused.
You seem like you're leading into burning flags is wrong. I mean,
It does seem wrong.
No, let the Confederate flag rip.
Are you allowed to burn flags? And
Yes.
like so someone could just burn an American flag in the street and
Yeah.
nothing will happen.
I mean, they might get beat up by someone.
True.
It's
No
like-
legal action will happen.
Is it illegal in any state?
It's like the whole thing. If you can't burn currency. If I were to light a $1 bill right here, would I go to jail? No.
Yeah.
But is that illegal though? It
No,
is?
we
No,
have
it's
hardcore
super-
evidence of it though.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
True.
Like,
No, but I'm saying a flag though. Like, is that
No, it's not illegal to burn a flag.
really?
No.
Like to this.
Dude, it's your First Amendment right. That's freedom of speech.
I thought speech was speech.
No, freedom of speech is a very broad term.
So you could.
No, you can't.
You
That's what
can't-
I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't burn money.
You can't burn money.
deface-
You can burn a flag, but you can't burn money.
You can't, but even if it was like held in the same regard,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I were to do it right now, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on camera. If I were to go over there,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So they were burning the Confederate flags, and well, I don't know where they did this, but if you donated a flag, I don't know what they did.
Donated a flag.
What,
to
like,
the
were they
burn
just
pile.
burning
to
stuff in the
steal it
street?
from a Confederate flag owner,
Yeah.
light it on
That
fire
would be
in their
sick.
front yard,
That'd
and
be
then
good.
collect a tray.
It's like get the Nazi scalps and glorious bastards. Go
Yeah,
get
exactly.
go get the Confederate flags. Go around town. You see one.
This is
that'd
little
be-
chocolate man's version.
Give a little chocolate for the Confederate flag.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Hell
coming
yeah,
out,
man. Thanks again
Yeah,
for
that
having
was
me. Really
fantastic.
appreciate
Get
it.
Yeah.
we got Million Slinkies out now. The
Yes, sir. Go
Hasbens
get that.
on,
Yeah, check them out.
everywhere they'll be
iTunes.
on tour. Yeah, you guys got
iTunes,
Facebook.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, literally anywhere you can get music, it's
Bow,
there.
bow, bow.
Go find it.
Homeless guy on the corner. He might have it. Who knows?
Well, he'll know your next show. We'll give him $5. And if ask him anything, he says Hasbens show.
Well,
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Got
Thanks
some
for
stuff
coming.
up.
This
I'll
is
keep you guys
this
posted.
is a blast.
Hell yeah. Thanks again, gents.
yeah,
Appreciate
you
it.
guys, you're always welcome back.
North Valley
Awesome.
Media.
Thank
Thank you again for hosting us.
Yeah,
Good
well, as
show.
always.
Good- Fun
Damien,
times.
we love you.
We love Damien.
I love you
We're
more than
contractually obligated to say that.
Damien,
on
I'm not
camera, or
ready
he
to
will
say
shoot
that.
us.
what are we?